Hello everybody and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we got a pretty good lineup for you guys. I think we have 4 first appearances, 3 honorable mentions, so 7 titles on to go through. There's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week beginning March 21st, 2025. First up from DC Comics, Absolute Batman number 6. I guess this is actually a second appearance, not a first appearance, but this here is the second cameo appearance of Absolute Joker. The first cameo appearance was, of course, in Absolute Batman number 1. Now, we put this on the list because there hasn't been a full appearance of Absolute Joker yet, so this here is the second cameo. When there is a first full appearance of the Joker, probably the first cameo and the first full will be the books you want to collect, but right now we only have the second cameo, so it still may be worth picking up. Like I said before, any of these Absolute titles, anytime there's a first appearance of a new character or a cameo appearance, these are books you want to pick up anyway. You know this Absolute series is incredibly popular, especially the Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman title series. Those books, like I said, anytime there's a first cameo or a first full appearance, those are books you want to own anyway. Super hot series. This is one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Next up from DC Comics, Absolute Flash number 1. This features the first appearance of Absolute Flash. Now, like I just mentioned, any of these Absolute titles, these are books you definitely want to have in your collection anytime there's a first appearance of a new character. This is also the premiere issue of the Absolute Flash title series. So this one here, once again, you have the Absolute Flash being introduced, and you also have the premiere issue of Absolute Flash. So this one here has a few things going for it. Definitely worth picking up. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Magic number 3. This features the first full appearance of Liminal. Now, this Magic title series from Marvel, I feel like they've had a first appearance of a new character in almost every issue. This here is issue number 3. Now, the series is popular with fans and collectors, and the fact that they're introducing yet another new character into this title series, this is one we do think you should probably pick up. We typically recommend picking up the first appearance of new characters in these Marvel titles anyway, and like I said, the fact that this Magic title series is popular with fans and collectors, and the fact that they do keep introducing new characters, this one here, one we do think is worth picking up. Go ahead and grab this one. And finally from Marvel Comics, New Champions number 3. This features the first full appearance of Magnetrix. Now, like I just mentioned a moment ago, typically always worth picking up the first appearance of new characters in these Marvel titles. You know, Marvel Disney is still churning out a ton of media for the small screen and big screen. If they introduce any of these characters onto the screen, collectors are going to race back, try to find these books with the first appearance. And this one here, this Magnetrix, you really don't know where this character is going to end up in the future. So this one here may be a little more speculative because this New Champions title is not necessarily one of Marvel's more popular or more heavily collected title series. But you know, people do like the characters involved in the New Champions, and the fact that they are bringing this new character into the Marvel Universe, this one here is still maybe worth picking up. In my opinion, like I said, it's always worth picking up the first appearance of new characters. So if you can, go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. From DC Comics, DC Sonic the Hedgehog number 1. This is a team-up of the Justice League and Sonic Heroes vs. Darkseid. Now, we put this one here on the list because anytime DC Comics does a mashup or a team-up with a different IP, they're going to be doing one with Marvel Comics here soon, and the fact they're doing one here with Sonic the Hedgehog, these are typically worth picking up. You know, these crossovers or these team-ups, they don't happen very often, and when they do, you typically want to own these books. You know, Sonic the Hedgehog, incredibly popular IP, huge fan base, huge collector base, and the fact they're teaming up the Sonic the Hedgehog characters with Justice League characters, and like I said, in a DC comic, this one, in our opinion, definitely worth owning. This here is a premiere issue of this series, so this one here is one we do think you should definitely pick up for your collection. Next up from Whatnot Massive, Kids and Monsters number 1. Now this is an all-new teen horror adventure for younger readers, which has been described as Stranger Things meets Pokemon. 3 troubled teenagers from the crumbling town of Lovelock get sucked into an ancient war after finding monsters in their backpacks. With cracks forming around their towns seeming to mirror their parents' looming divorce, a path has opened to the realm of beasts and monsters. The trio tries to navigate the war at home while they fight to survive the one raging between the world within and the world we know. With the help of the monsters in their backpacks, will they be able to stop the red beast and save their family? Now, we put this on the list because this sounds like it can easily lend itself to a small screen, big screen project. And you know, Whatnot Massive has been getting a lot more attention on their titles, and it really just takes one hit to screen or one to really get option big. And then, of course, all the studios are going to start looking back at their past catalog and trying to find more titles to option. This one here sounds like it can make a great streaming series or feature film, and the fact that this here is being marketed as Stranger Things meets Pokemon, this one here has the potential to go big. Still gonna be speculative, because you are specking on this getting picked up an option, getting a lot more eyes on this book, getting a lot more collectors to race back to secondary market and try to find this issue. But like I said, has a lot of potential, has a lot going for it. So in my opinion, a great spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list, but definitely keep an eye on this one. And finally from Dark Horse, who are the Power Pals? Washed-up actors Derek and Alex have been best friends ever since playing teen superheroes Swallow and Buzzard in the 90s TV show Power Pals. After it was canceled after just 3 episodes, that small taste of fame left them hungry for more, and they've been trying to get back on the Hollywood train ever since. After being fired from their studio security jobs and dropped by their agent, the middle-aged pair decided to don their old costumes and thrust themselves back into the public eye, walking the Hollywood Boulevard along the popular cosplayers. When a video of the duo defending tourists from being badgered by a pair of rip-off characters goes viral, the attention inspires them to fight more crime. But when their low-level crime fighting inadvertently disrupts the plans of a crazed crime boss, their friendship will undergo the ultimate test, and it or they may not survive long enough to enjoy their newfound fame. Now that's a very long solicitation. But anyway, we put this one here on the list because this one here, once again, sounds like it can lend itself easily to a small screen, big screen project. And you know, Dark Horse has had a lot of their titles picked up an option in the past. And like we always remind you guys, these stories don't actually have to make it to the screen. Just being option alone is enough to drive the price in the secondary market. And this one here, like I said, does sound like it can easily lend itself to the screen. Once again, definitely going to be speculative, but in my opinion, great spec bet. Grab this here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list, but definitely keep an eye on this one also. So there you have the 7 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.